Alright gamers, welcome back to Trackmania. Today we're going to be playing through Weekly Shorts number 18, week number 18. But first, we're just going to take a peek at the records for week 17. So, first track, we have the wide track. If it'll load. So I got an okay time here. Did a little bit of grinding. Let's see the record. Record's just about 3/10 of a second ahead of us. And yeah, just very clean. I don't know how this guy is going as fast as he is. I don't know how he built up that much speed, but that's a pretty good run. Next we're gonna go to the slow track. This is a tech track. So let's see. We got Cypri, 6/10 ahead of us. Oh wow, just a clean nosedive there. Managed to clear the gap where I couldn't. And yeah, just a clean run. Super inside turn on the end. Nice and simple. Alright, now we have the Canyon Run, which is the Pathfinder map. Now this one I'm far behind on. Struggled to find the right path. I went to the right, I believe, in my PE. So, a hike through the trees there, interesting. I managed to get enough speed for not to go into glass. I could not ever find a way to do that. It's a very clean run. I'm almost interested if the rest of these use the same path. Oh, interesting. Using that to get past the sand without getting slowed down from the platform, and using a completely different path, jumping through the trees, onto the water, and to the end. So, completely different path. What about the rest of the top 5? Also using that little strat at the beginning there. And, yes, this is also the water strat. Okay. Okay, but he's not using the little strat at the beginning there. Potentially why he's in 4th. But going for the same strat with the water to the end. Alright, Techie. Last one I'm checking. Okay. So everyone else went for this route here where you do the water bounce. But Mark TM found a completely different path that's definitely faster because he didn't even do the little strat at the beginning to gain speed. And he gets that little bump there too. That's probably how he finds enough speed, because if you don't skip the penalty sand there by doing that, you just can't get enough speed. So very impressive, and this is why it's great that the Weekly Shorts records are secret for a week, because then you have stuff like this happen where you have like a strat no one else can find. So yeah, very nice, very good strat. Alright, and this one is the Desert Car map. I am not a Desert Car master, but I would say I am better than the average player at Desert Car. But let's see Nico, the Desert Car master. Just very clean, as little tilting as possible, and keeping that speed going. Very nice. Full second ahead of me, so but very strong, very strong record. All right, last one of last week was the 08 map. Now this one has a lot of opportunity for variation. So going for the bug slide after grabbing the checkpoint, skipping the turnaround. It's very interesting. And getting oh, that's a crazy bounce into reactor flight. That is an insane strat. No wonder he's like a full 10th ahead of a second. Now I'm curious. I gotta see. Are you going for the same strat here? Certainly the same start strat. It looks like it, but the reactor flight's not quite as good. Gets sent into a tumble. Let's see third. I have to see third now. Are they all doing the same strat? They're all doing the same strat. Okay. Alright, but yeah, very cool. Manages to find a way to use the reactor down despite the it not normally being helpful for maps like this. But let's move on to the maps of week 18. So first one, we have a wide track. This one's called Throwback. And it's very wide. Oh my goodness. Okay. Interesting. I don't know about this one. Oh, let me turn off the records. They're not gonna be helpful here anyway. What is going on in this map? How do you gain time when the map is as simple as this? That is the question. There's certainly no secret path. Going for a slight diagonal jump? I don't think that really saves time. I think it's just gonna come down to that landing there. It's just gonna be very precision based, I think. A very simple map. Which, you know, it's 01 of the weekly shorts. They're generally going to be more simple. I did like the well, the last one I liked, but I'm biased towards dirt, but the one before was very good. It was very interesting, whereas not hard for a newer player to play, but had a lot of opportunity for you know, interesting lines discoveries. This one is too far in the other direction where it's too simple to play. And I just can't beat my my discovery run. Although I know I'm landing like poorly on the drop down. Like I'm landing sideways. If I land straight, I can definitely PB. But I am not crazy about this one. I can't lie. It's a little. Oh, I thought I landed well, but I gotta bounce. Let's see. Alright, slight PB. And now I think my goal here is to get a sub 19. I think that's a nice goal. I think it's obtainable. I think with a cleaner run there, we can get it. Clean landing, and we can get the sub 19. to not land in a slide. Closer. Definitely closer. I just love the times just shooting up and down. It's very goofy. Maybe going wider on this turn is better. Oh, I thought for a second I didn't hit it. Alright, that is the sub 19. So that was our goal. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek, just in case there's something I'm missing. But I can't imagine there is. We're gonna do a little investigating, just in case. Okay, so we got this checkpoint here that we have to hit. I can't imagine there's a secret checkpoint or anything dumb like that. There's no hidden finishes anywhere or something goofy, right? Just making sure they wouldn't do that. Not on 01 of the weekly shorts. No, it doesn't look like it. Does not look like that's a possibility. But, just have to make sure. Alright, we'll play a few more runs and then we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, unfortunately this one's just a little too simple. But it's alright. I think the only thing I can think of that would be better, for sure, is going wide on this turn so that I can land more diagonal on the follow-up turn without sliding as much. But no, I lose a lot of time going wide. Alright, well. Plus, you can't go like super into the turn because of the wall there. So I don't know. There's just not much to this map. There's not much to discover. Watch I be, horrendously wrong, and we look next week and the record's like a 16 and there's like a hidden finish or like a crazy strat you can do. But I do have to give that one a minus. It's just not interesting. It's just too simple. It'd be like the training map. It'd be like the first level of like a training campaign kind of map. Like it's more boring than AO1 of TMNF. Alright, so now we got the slow map. And I'm failing this turn quite a bit. What is going on here? Okay. Oh, and a crazy sharp turn. Alright, this one's a lot more interesting. Alright. Now, question is, yeah, so one checkpoint. The end there. I was gonna say, if there's no checkpoint, you can just drop down. I think a cut of that magnitude would be almost a bit lame, though. Alright, well, let's keep improving. guess the question is, if there's a faster way to the checkpoint, which I don't think there is, you could just go right to the finish from there. Like, maybe there's a way to go backwards. Because the checkpoint's what, to the right? No, it's straight ahead when you start. But the finish is right below you when you start. Alright, well, we're gonna be fighting for sub 17 here. But this one, I think this one is by far one of the most interesting, quote-unquote, slow tracks that we've had as part of these campaigns. It's tricky, but not in a way that is impossible to do. But there's a lot of nuance to the paths you can take. And the different obstacles you have to navigate on this track. And there's the sub 17 by a very good margin too, by 0.2. But I'm curious how far you can push this. Curious. This checkpoint, it just, if there's just a faster way, if there's a way to go through the checkpoint backwards, or maybe even if you hit the checkpoint, go backwards and jump into the finish. Oh, but this jump is like really hard, right? Like, you can't just turn around and jump back because it's like a ramp. And you can't cut through the penalty grass because it's too slow, I think. I can give it a try. Just jump back down there, and what, the finish is like right here? No, it's straight ahead. What I'm doing right now is definitely slower than the normal way, but I think it's worth experimenting a bit here. So go... Alright, where's the finish? It's like right here. Ooh, it's under a cliff though. It's like directly under a cliff, so there's not a clean way of jumping into it. Oh, but there's these, oh my goodness. I am getting really distracted right now by this random, cut attempt. But it's just so enticing. Like, can you imagine you hit this into jumping here, and then jumping like into the finish from the back, and it's somehow faster? It's like, if you can go here. No, okay. If you can go into the checkpoint from the other way without losing an absurd amount of time, there could be something there, but it's just not possible from what I can see. Regardless, this is a very interesting track. Even if there's no crazy cut. Although I kind of want there to be crazy cut just because it's so close to being viable, right? Like, you see those glass platforms above the track, it's just so enticing. We're gonna see if we can get one more PB the normal way, and I suppose we can move on. I don't think... Oh, that was Slip PB. Alright, we'll play a little more, a few more minutes. But yeah, good track. Good track. Love this track. This is exactly what the weekly shorts should be like. I guess the only concern is maybe it's a little hard for a newer player. And I know these weekly shorts generally are aimed at those kind of players. But I don't think it's so hard that it's a problem. But, you know, maybe if someone's newer to the game and has thoughts on this map, I'd like to hear them. And I don't think it's like a hard map. I almost saved that, shockingly. Alright, last run for now. Last run that actually makes it a finish. Let me put it that way. And then we'll move on to the puzzle map. And the last puzzle map was pretty good. Last puzzle map was pretty good, even though I was struggling with it a lot. So, I don't know, hopefully this next one, upcoming puzzle map, does that category justice. Because people kind of feel that category is the one that's been carrying the weekly shorts format. Alright. Alright, let's move on. Definitely a plus map. So, cut between blocks. So let's check it out. Okay. It's almost like a little tech map so far. Now, what's interesting here is it definitely presents as a normal tech map, but I saw this little opening here. So let's see what's going on. Hidden checkpoint into here, and that goes towards the finish. But I have a feeling there's a different path past here. We can go back. No. Alright, there's definitely some stuff going on here. We're still figuring out what the path is. Nothing here. Oh, there's no way you jump into the top there, is there? I guess it's possible. Maybe. Yeah, you can definitely build enough speed to do that, especially if you go for this booster, which I just completely whiffed. Hold on, I don't even think you need the booster, and it's definitely easier to get into this hole without it. We'll get into it without, smashing into the wall. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's really tricky to get through. Okay. funny is that it might not lead to anywhere, so maybe we should check. Like jump here, theoretically, and boost into the finish. Going so wide to do that. Huh. I mean, it certainly seems like the intended way. Alright, I mean, we can keep trying to do it. Alright. Actually, the one thing I do want to go do first is I want to get a clean run through this hole. And then go to the finish from here. Because you can definitely get AT just going that way. You just need to not get a massive slowdown on that turn there. Alright, that should be better. Alright, that is just barely AT. So just wanted to get that before we start going for... I can only imagine is the author intended correct path, I guess. The secret path. But getting this turn is going to be hard. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of reset simulator until we hit it. So difficult because getting a boost, you have less time to go wide into the entry there. That was good, but I jumped too far to the right. Alright, I mean, I'll be completely honest. I think last week's map was a bit stronger and was more interesting in terms of the puzzle aspect, I guess. Well, I guess last week... Okay, so last week was almost like a different genre map. Last week was like a Pathfinder map where you had to find the correct path. This is more of a puzzle map where it's just there isn't a lot of paths. It's just a puzzle to find, you know, the correct one, the secret path. Alright, reset simulator. Here we go. It's definitely not possible to do it without the booster, right? It can't be. You just don't have enough speed. Yeah, it's just barely not enough speed. You kind of need the booster. I did get it once, so it's certainly possible. I just couldn't hit the follow-up jump. went in too wide. Okay, that one felt like it was close. Well, we might have to move on. I'm just not skilled enough to hit this shortcut. I guess. It definitely seems very tricky though. Like, I think I'd like this map more if the path to get to the secret path, I guess, like the cut, wasn't so narrow and precise. Alright, here we are. Let's see. I mean, that was a big PB. I don't know if it was worth it, but that is the cut. That is the secret path. I don't know. Maybe there's like a secret, you know, third path that I'm missing too. But that does feel like the intended path. I don't know. I think I'm okay with the just hitting that once and leaving it there, right? I know I certainly could have done a lot better once I hit it, but I think I'm okay with not going to the reset simulator again. For now. Maybe I'll come back to this. I don't know. For a puzzle map. If it was that, you know, pathway is a little wider, I'd probably give it just a neutral, but I'm just not a big fan, I guess. I'm sorry. Alright, next one. This is the speed map. Oh, forgot what's extra griffy so they don't fly off. Okay, this is a cute map. And I assume that's the finish there. I crashed. So this is interesting because normally they're the high-speed weekly shorts maps. They very obstacle light, but this one is not so much the case here. Definitely a lot harder than a lot of the fast maps have been so far. Like, you kind of have to, well, I don't know, you can probably get away with not drifting there, but definitely feels like at points the map is trying to slow you down or encourage you to slow down. But the best times are going to be, you know, press forward, YOLO straight to the finish. But I'm gonna drift there because I am a coward. No. I'm drifting there because I feel like I can't, you know, do that follow-up turn without crashing if I go full speed. Alright, let's get a clean run. So that is the author time. But of course the author times for these weekly shorts are, you know, a bit easier than your standard map. So usually it's better to just try and grind a good time. But I guess the weekly, the author time of the weekly shorts maps are just like an indicator of, oh, you know, you haven't done something horribly wrong. You haven't, you know, completely lost the path. so you can get the AT. Now, I will say this map feels like it could contain a shortcut, but there is so much scenery, it's going to be hard to find. Like, imagine there's like a way you can get to the checkpoint faster. But it's hard because there's that river in the way. Yeah, I don't know. I do like this map. As far as the fast maps have been, this is probably one of the best ones they've done so far. No. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a drift there. It's just a little too fast. Just interesting because I feel like Nadeo has been trying to avoid doing any drifts on these fast maps. At least any drifts where it's not like a auto drift from patch of dirt or anything like that, force you into it. Which almost makes me think that I'm not supposed to drift there, but I don't see how he can hit that turn without doing a drift. Like, just a small drift there. A little tap. So yeah, I like this map. I like this map. Not the most complex map, not that it has to be. Oh, I got greedy. I really wanted to hit that turn full speed. But yeah, I think potentially I can get a sub 18, but it's gonna require a good run. Closer. Of course, I'm not getting a lot of completed runs now, but that's because I'm doing riskier lines. Like, I'm going so wide on that turn because of how little I'm drifting that I'm crashing right into a wall. But just barely. Okay, I didn't even drift there, but we're gonna keep going. I just slowed down instead. Little freak tap. That run looked like it could have been good, but unfortunately, the last few jumps I didn't do very well. Yeah, a little drift there. Oh, it's so close to sub 18. Keep grinding for a few minutes, see if we can get sub 18, be a little happy with their time. No, Yeah, that's not gonna do it. It's close though, close. Slow down there because that turn is just too sharp. Come on. I knew it. I knew the second I hit that last turn is barely gonna make it. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm happy with that time. We'll move on. And now we have the last track. The LOL Raffle LeMayo track. Let's see what's going on here. Burst acceleration. Oh boy. Oh, I'm not on this correctly. Oh, okay. It's like a marble racer. It's like Hot Wheels. Yes, that's it. Although Trackmania definitely has a bit of a Hot Wheels DNA in it already. So, we're gonna try out all the different tracks. I don't know if this is a interesting one to grind as a, you know, player. But I do think this is a fun track. Fun little track. Oh my god, I went too high. Oh, let's try it again without the respawn. You gotta slow down in the turns, not fly out like that. Flew out there. Let's see. Just want to clean run this track without flying out the little track here without flying past the finish. Alright. That one has potential to be faster, but I'm gonna move on to another one. Let's get a clean entry into the green track. Oh my goodness. Definitely tricky to get into. Okay. There we go. Oh. Alright. Yeah, I do believe I played a cup of the day where the idea was similar to this, where you're like on a track and it's just knowing when to accelerate, not to accelerate, to, you know, make it to the finish. So it's definitely a, you know, rare style of track. Very worthy of the LOL slot. down to not fly it off. Now we got to boost it down so we can kind of yellow it a bit. Oh wait, did I respawn there? There's no way it's that slow. I guess I must have. I didn't even realize. Right. Yeah, I guess it did respawn. I don't know how that happened. We have to boost it down, which helps keep you in the track. Not enough though. Alright, well I'm gonna move on to the red now. Yeah. You have to turn to stay in. Maybe that's part of the reason why I keep flying out. Or maybe the track doesn't like me. That could be it too. You just have to slow down. Okay. Alright, let's check the last one. We're gonna try and decide on which one's fastest. Okay, reactor down. My goodness. Please. I just wanna see the track, please. Okay, this one definitely feels like it could be the fastest. Because even with the respawns, I was somewhat close to beating my current PB. Alright, interesting. And I did see one last path, and it's the non-marble path. It's rally car, huh? Okay, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Rally car, get in there. I guess the fastest one is definitely the black marble rail. But I do see the potential for the rally car track to be fast. Yeah, there was actually a troll cup the other day not too long ago where it's kind of similar to this, where it's like rally car. It was wet rally car booster or something like that. And I don't think I did the greatest in it, but that one was kind of a disaster regardless. Alright. Well, I think we're gonna end it there. Nice little weekly shorts. I don't know, a lot of lows, a lot of highs. I'd say maybe a bit better than average, if only because the second and the fourth map were pretty solid. First and third weren't the biggest fans of. This one, I don't know how to feel about, so I'm gonna leave it as a neutral, but it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how people, what times people get on these maps, especially 90. I don't know what's gonna happen on 90, but we'll see. 90 and 87. 87, I don't know. If somebody gets, you know, a nice shortcut, I wouldn't be too shocked. But that is going to do it for Weekly Shorts number 18. And I'll see y'all next week for the next set of Weekly Shorts.